Yeah, just do your best. All right. So, um, yeah, my apologies for forgetting to record earlier. So if you're watching the recording, I'm gonna have to go back and make another recording of the first part of my review here, which I will. You're just gonna have two different links. All right. So do your best, Brianna. This is hopefully you can learn something by doing it. All right. At least I got part of this done, so that now I just have to go back and record the first part. Silly me. All right. Understand. All right, let me type y'all the code in here if you need the code. 849-762-9. 762-9. There it is. All righty. Let's see who is Paris, by the way. Is that you, Brielle? Okay. That's your middle name? Oh, okay. You know what that means? It means grace. It's great for grace. Pretty cool. There you go. It's a good middle name. That's also my daughter Chloe's middle name, but not in it. Her name is Grits. But so there you go. Now you know. All right, here we go. I think give it enough time to get here. All right, ready? Set. Oh, okay. I got you. So that's Chris. You just somehow spelled this. Well, there you go. Y'all learned some new Greek. Mr. Madavi will be proud of me for teaching y'all Greek, right? Taught you the Greek word for grace. All right, here we go. I tried to put an appropriate amount of time for you to work it out. Okay, so don't like just guess. We're not working it out. The point of this is to see how you're doing before the test. Okay. All right. First one. So I got Kobe can work 22 math problems in 30 minutes. At this rate, how many math problems can he work in 3 hours? Okay. Yes, I'm aware that this is going to take you a while. That's why I put a while on here. So what you should have right here is you should have problems over minutes. Now, the thing that I did that was a little different here is I put 3 hours. Okay, what you need to think about is 3 hours times 60 minutes per hour is 180 minutes. So to get this problem right, when you have an hours and a minutes, you got to use the same unit of time. Okay, so on this one, you got to make sure you have all minutes, or you could have 0.5 hours, but you got to have the same one. All right, so you got problems over minutes, 22 over 30, then something over 180. Okay. And let's see, where did my little annotate thing go? Okay, so 22, 30, right? So this is what you should add on your paper right here, right? You got that, you should have got it. Okay, so that was times 6. So times 6 right here. So 22 times 6 would give you 132. Okay. Any questions on what I did there? Yeah, Wyatt, man, that happens to me all the time on Kahoots. All right. Any questions on what we did there? So the key is just set it up, right? All right, let me erase. Where's my eraser at? There you go. All right. Okay. Next one. All right, let's see who's in first. Yep, Isla, Chloe, Mariah, and Aaliyah. Got it right? All right. So let's be careful here. Don't take shortcuts. Now, on this one, you do need to take a shortcut. 30 students, 60% girls. Okay. So there's a couple ways of looking at this. We got girls over total students, right? Another thing to remember on the test tomorrow is that percents are always out of 100, right? And we don't know how many out of 30. So you could do it like this. You could reduce. That would work. And then you could see what it's times. Or remember when it's like this, you can take the percent, make it a decimal, right? Percent of something, you make it a decimal and multiply. So you go 30 times 0.6, like that. 5 seconds, make the pick. Come on, make a pick, make a pick, make a pick. All right. So here, what we got is, if you had done this and you reduced it, this would be 3/5, right? So if you did it this way, 3/5, right? And then who knows out of 30, right? Then we say, okay, that's times 6. This is times 6. So then that's going to get me 18, right? Then that would be here. Or with the shortcut way we learned, where it's percent of some number, you take the percent, make it a decimal by moving the decimal over 2, then multiply. That would get you 18.0. 1 decimal in the problem, 1 in the answer. Okay. All right, questions on number 2. Okay, there's a couple of them on the test that are like this. All right. I know sometimes you do worse on the Kahoots because the stress of having a timer on it kind of thing. Don't stress, just do your best. All right. Okay. Next one. We got Isla, Mary, Chloe, Mariah, Aaliyah. All right, number 3. Which of the following is true about the fruit? So this is a basic ratio one, right? Which is the true about this fruit? All right, so I see 3 pears and 6 apples. Be careful with the order here. So I see 3 pears, 6 apples. That means there's 9 pieces of fruit. Yay, make your pick. Make your pick. 15 seconds. All right. All right. So here's the kind of thing I don't want y'all. I intentionally put this like this, the most tricky way I could put it, because I don't want you to do this on a test tomorrow. Okay. All right. Let's look right here. 3 pears. Look carefully because y'all totally fell for the trick. 3 pears, 6 apples, right? So if you write down on your paper, all right, we have apples and pears. Okay. There were 6 apples and 3 pears. That's not the same as that. Okay, guys. I keep telling y'all on different things, the order matters. So you got it wrong because you didn't look at the order of the wording. Okay. Y'all know this. Okay. So you got to have the pears to apples ratio, right? And the apples to pear ratio. You got to know which one it's saying. Okay. So on this one, 3 pears, 6 apples. All right. Now, that means there's 9 total pieces of fruit. So the only one that actually works here would be the one that has 3 pears, right, to 9 total pieces of fruit. All right. So 3 to 9 equals 1 to 3. Okay. Any questions on that one? Got you, Chloe. That's cool. All right. And I wish there was like an easier way for me to erase the thing here. All right. Emma got that one right. I do believe that you guys know how to do that. I think y'all either somehow didn't get done or you just fell for the first trick. You got to make sure, like I'm telling you, that's the biggest thing I'm concerned with you guys tomorrow is you're going to think you know it and you're not going to show the work and you're going to do bad because you didn't show the work. Okay. That's my biggest concern. All right. Number 4, in PE class, there were 40 students and 30 of them couldn't run a mile. If the rest of them could, then what's true? Okay, so here we have 2 parts and a whole. What I would do here is that the ones that can run and the ones that cannot run, not run, right? And then you got the total. You got to make sure you don't fall for the trick here, okay? So here, 40 students, 30 of them could not run a mile. And that should tell you how many who can run a mile. Then you got to see which one works for the ratio. That's how I would have set it up. 20 seconds. All right, make a pick. All right. Look, I know I'm rushing y'all. Okay, I get it. All right, but in order to not be in class till 11:30, I needed to do it at this rate. Okay, so that means that 10 students could run a mile. Okay, so we reduce this, that would be 1 to 3, right? Okay. Now, if I got 1 to 3, right? So the red here, the students that could run a mile out of total was 4 to 3. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, it just doesn't. All right. The students that could run a mile is 3/4 of them. Nope, that's the ones that couldn't run a mile. Okay, so the people who put blue, you would be right if it said could not run a mile. Okay, students that can run a mile out of the total is 1 to 3. No, it's 1 to 4. Look right here. So 1/4 of them can run a mile. Okay, the students that cannot run a mile to those that can, that would be 3 who cannot run a mile for every 1 who can. See right there? All right. So again, the order of the ratio is what I keep getting y'all on. Okay. If you are careful, I am confident you know how to do this. Okay. You've got to be careful. I understand that the rate that I'm doing this at is a little tough right now. Okay. All right. Next one. All right. Number 5. 12. All right. I drove my car 330 miles, used 11 gallons of gas. What's the correct unit rate? This one's a bit easier. All right. You just got to click how are you going to find it? How are you going to set it up? So I'll ask you. Yes. Pick. Look, you have 5 seconds. Pick. You got to look at it and know which one's the right way. Pick. Okay. So on this one, I didn't actually ask you to solve it. That's why I only gave you 20 seconds. So you had 330 miles for every 11 gallons of gas, right? And if I'm looking for unit rate means out of 1, right? That's the idea. That's all the question was asking right here, right? That's it, right? So that wasn't to overthink it. That was me wanting to remind you, this is how you set up unit rates. If we ask for percents, then that would be 100 over here. All right, next one. All right, so Isla's still in the lead here. All right, Wilfred paid 7.5% tax. Which of the following is equivalent to that? To 7.5%. 7.5%. And I have intentionally put all of the tricky things that I can think of on this review so that you do not get tricked tomorrow. So remember to move a percent to a decimal. You're moving the decimal over twice because you're dividing by 100. Okay, now what I did here was I was looking for, do you actually write this down and move the decimal? Those of you who are not doing that are going to make a mistake, okay? So I've been telling you, you've got to show how you're moving the decimal over, okay? Or else you will make a mistake. All right, now, here we got some people just dropped the percent sign and forgot that we're dividing by 100. That's the red. This looks like a good answer if it was 75%. Okay, this would be 3 over 40, not 3 over 4. All right, and then this one is you just said, oh, 75%, 0.75. Okay, yeah, but that's not 75%, 7.5%. If you just showed the work there, you will not miss that question. All right, it's not hard. All right, Chloe's got to first. All right, number 7. Now let's go back and actually find the unit rate for 330 to 11. Which one is the correct unit rate? So you know it's 330 over 11. So what's the unit rate going to be here? So if you have it set up right, you should be dividing 11 into 330, right? 330 to 11, and it's something over 1. So let's divide by 11, right? Okay, divide by 11. And then when you did that 11 into 330, well, 11 times 3 is 33. That should have given you a good hint. All right, see what we got here. All right, so we got 5 right on that, a little bit better. All right, so that divides in 30 times. Okay, so that's 30 miles per gallon on that one. Okay, all right, so you just divide it, see what you divided the number on the bottom to get to the 1, then do the same on the top. All right, Chloe's first, Emmy's second. All right, number 8. I mean, I wouldn't. All right. So this person's driving an expedition. The number of gallons used to miles traveled is 20 to 240. What is her miles per gallon? Now, you got to be careful with this one because it's kind of worded backwards. So we usually say miles per gallon, right? So miles is 240. I would actually turn this around and put it like this, 240. And then the gallons I would put on the bottom because that's how that kind of rate usually works. And then that's going to be 20 on the bottom. Well, like that. Okay. And you see, okay, any number divided by itself is 1. And I do the same thing on the top that I did on the bottom. And that should get you your answer. Alrighty. All right, so that's going to be 12. Okay, so basically once you divided 20 into 240, that would be 20. Basically 2 times 12 is 24. So 20 times 12 is 240. Okay. All right, so we got Chloe's first, Emmy's second, Leah's third. All right. Next one. Number 9. Okay. Which of the following is not equal to the ratio of shapes here? Triangles to ovals. We got triangles and ovals. I see 3 triangles and 5 ovals. Which one is not the same? Not the same. 3 ways of writing ratios. One of these is not the same ratio. Okay, this is what I'm going for, guys. You've got to, I've seen several of y'all who continue to make the same mistake. The order matters. 3 triangles, 5 ovals. That is backwards. Okay. That's a core skill, basic skill for tomorrow. All right. Chloe's got a good streak going here. Number 10. Pasta salad recipe requires 2 boxes of noodles for 16 servings. How many boxes are needed for 40 servings? Okay. So I would start here with, if it's me, I would start with boxes per serving. So boxes over serving. Then I see, okay, let's write down the ratio they gave me. Well, 16 is not going to go into this 40 right here. So I might want to reduce that first. All right, so reduce that one first. Simplify the fraction. All right, because you need to get to this 40 over here. And once you simplify it, you can get there. Okay, your common factor here should be 2. All right, I'm not going any further than that. You should be able to get from there to here, and then from here to here. $20 seconds. All right, so this gets us 1 to 8. Once we reduce that ratio, this would be times 5 right here, and times 5 right here. So that would be 5 boxes. Okay, so I'm guessing that you got the 8 right here. Maybe you reduced it and saw that 8 or something. Best guess I got, all right, is that you saw the 1 to 8 and you just picked that instead of doing the last ratio. All right, not real sure about the 6 part. Don't make a whole lot of sense. All right, erase this. All right. Yeah. All right, next one. All right, number 11. Jasmine drank 0.75 gallons of water. What fraction is equivalent to that? Literally just a fraction equivalence. So which one is equal? Now, if you don't remember how to do that, right? If you haven't memorized those like I told you to, okay, because there's that deck of flashcards on Quizlet. That reads as 7/500ths, right? So you can write a decimal, read the decimal like this, write what you read without saying point. Then simplify this. Common factor. Okay, that's how you would do this. Okay, 10 seconds. You take the decimal, write it as a ratio fraction, simplify it. Okay, so that's 3/4, right? 3/4. Okay. All right. Next one. Okay. Number 12. Oscar's making patterns with Legos. He uses 3 red for every 4 blue. If he uses 36 red, how many total Legos did he use? Okay, beware. You got here 3 things going on. You have red, you have blue, and you have total. All right. If you get one like that and you don't write out red, blue, total, I'm very concerned that you will miss it. Okay. So start with that. Red, blue, total. Okay. Get your first column done. Red, blue, total. Now, the next thing we got to figure out is what to do with the 36. It doesn't go down here. Notice it says 36 red. We have it labeled. So we're going to put our 36 right here. What we're looking for is this one down here. So that means we're going to have to say, well, 3 red, 4 blue makes 7 total. And then you got to think, well, how many times does 3 go into 36? And then do the same thing down here. Please let me know if you're confused how I set that up, okay? Like, we have red Legos, blue Legos, total Legos, right? 3 red, 4 blue, 7 total. All right, 36 red. So that's times 12. That's times 12. Okay, so that's going to be 84, right? Total Legos. Okay, so you had to, the key to this, I think, is getting the actual setup right. Okay, if you get the setup, like I said there, you probably going to get it. Okay, some of y'all maybe just didn't get done there. All right, just got to make sure that you have the red, the blue, and the total. All right, so I have both parts and the whole. And just be very careful. Take your time on this. Okay, don't try to hurry through this test. All right, Emmy's in first. Yay. Yeah, I got you, dude. That's fine. All right. Hermione reads at a rate of 70 words per minute if she reads nonstop. And I see Emma has on her Hogwarts shirt today over there. Yeah. So we got representing Hermione with her fast reading. All right. 70 words per minute. All right. How long will it take her to read 910 words? Okay. So notice here, it's words per minute. So this one goes words up here. Now, I wanted you to see this one because this one, you're not going to probably know what this is times to begin with. So you got to divide to see how many times 70 goes into 910. And do the same on the bottom. All right. 70 times 1 is 70. 1 is 1. 10. 70 times 3 is 210. And then that's going to give us no remaining. Okay, so that's times 13. That's times 13. Therefore, 13 minutes. All right. All right, next one. There's get my Arisa here. All right, Emmy's in first, Chloe's in second, Isla's in third. Got 2 more. All right, 2 more. All right. 14. If gum costs $3 for 50 pieces, how much would 210 pieces cost at that rate? Okay, so you need to find the unit rate first. This one is annoying. Separate it. Sorry, I totally forgot to reset the time on this. You're gonna run out of time. Sorry. Just guess something real quick. I might show it to you. That's my fault. Thought I reset the time on all of them, but I didn't. Okay. Hey, not bad guessing. All right. So that was my fault. Yeah, no, there's no way that you couldn't have got it done in that amount of time. That was my fault. I just didn't set the timer. It like manually sets to 20 seconds if I don't change it. I forgot to change that one. Okay, so what I'm getting at here is if you get one like this, watch carefully, okay? Where it's like, oh, that's weird. Okay, so what you got to do here is, please watch. You got to find the unit rate per unit, like whatever it is, right? Like per piece or something like that. Okay. We've done some of those with like, cost of food and stuff like that. Eggs, I think we had one like that. So you divide it by whatever's on the bottom. So that means you are going to have to do 3 divided by 50 here. Okay. So 50, top one goes in the doghouse, right? There. So then you're going to go, okay, that's 0.06, right? 50 times 6 is 300, like this. Then, now we got that 0.06. Now we know we need 210 pieces. So now we go times 210, like this. Then we go times 210 on the top. And then that will get us $12.60. Okay. Questions on that one? That was my fault on that. Just make sure you understand what I did there. So if you got one that's going to come out to this decimal number, don't freak out. Just do it. Okay. All right. And I didn't do any that would be too hard to divide. There might be some kind of like that. Okay. All right. Last one, and then we'll be done. All right. Okay. So get some good guessing there. All right. Number 15. The Spartans won 19 out of 20 games. What percent is this? Good one to close on here. So wins over total and make it a percent. Right? Wins over total, then make it a percent. Wins total. Okay. You got a percent. You should know that you're going to end up with 100 over here. Okay, like this. 30 seconds. All right. 10 seconds. All right, so that's going to be 95% right there. So that 95, that's 95%. All right. So 19 times 5 is 95. So that's how you do one when it's a percent. Okay. So remember, I did post this Kahoot in Canvas where you can redo it, right? Untimed or whatever. Okay. And so those questions are there for you. All right. So you maybe just need to go back and do it again and take your time. But now this is on the video, so you can go back and watch me explain it if you need to. Okay. So do what you need to do to get ready for a test. Right. You can take it today, you take it tomorrow. I wouldn't get behind and wait till later in the week if it was me, because we got some other stuff we're going to do later in the week, and it's a different unit. Okay. I'm in the middle of sending out the contacts and the grade updates for this week. I will get those done today. It just takes me a while now that I have 60 kids in an economics class too. And Emmy had a misclick on that last one, gave Chloe the win. All right, so that is the results of our Kahoot. All right. Again, I know it's harder with it being timed like that. Do what you need to do to get ready for the test. Use all the resources we've had for this unit. Come to target time if you need to. All right. And I will see you guys on Wednesday, if not.